Hey y'all, so this week's vlog 6 is going to be a little shorter just because the assigned reading of Rhetorical Act was the same as week 5. So if you need a rerun, you can go back and watch week 5, but I'm not going to go over that. So today we are focusing on reading pop culture, chapter 5, paired readings, which I really liked. I liked them. So the two paired readings are a link basically with television and cinema, so the first paired reading is called Story or Spectacle, Why Television is Better Than the Movies, and it is written by David Carpentier. So Carpentier discusses the disassociation between movie cinemas and television and how one may eventually become better than the other or outweigh the other. And he uses the idea of the connection between the audience and the film itself. So he says that it is possible that TV is becoming more popular and likable to audiences due to the form that it is in. And so for example, there is a TV show on HBO called The Sopranos, and they were able to make more money once it was released on HBO due to HBO charging extra to be able to watch the show weekly. So you already paid for your television, but you were charged extra on HBO to be able to watch the weekly show. And it is a series where characters are introduced in depth, and you're able to get to know the character, and all aspects of their life are shown and gone through. While, as for movies, such as the James Bond movie, it is a shortened version of that. So, in movies, they only have about 2 hours, give or take about 30 minutes. So, in James Bond is basically a shortened version of that. So, nobody knows what James Bond does on a Sunday afternoon. Nobody knows what he does, his morning routine. Nobody knows that because there's simply not enough time in a movie to be able to dive that deep into his life. All you get is the action part. You get the introduction, the core, what is it called? The core of the movie, basically, and then the ending, and then it can lead into other movies, and that might be what keeps people coming back, but it's not as TV shows do. So this is why Carpentier is saying that TV might be able to eventually overtake cinema movies. Who knows how long it'll take, if it will ever happen, but it is just a thought, and there's the evidence presented. The viewers cannot connect with the characters on the deeper level like they can with the series, but that is basically the sum of the first paired reading. So in the second paired reading, I also liked. It is written by Jake Flanagan, called Stay Unlikable for the Good of TV. And he writes about a series called The Mindy's Project. I've never seen it, but reading about it, I feel like I would like it. So he discusses the main character, Mindy, and how basically in her first season she was strongly disliked by the viewers because she was too realistic and obnoxious. She just gave off vibes and her personality that viewers didn't expect, basically, and it's different from everything else that you see on television. So the main directors for season 2 almost thought of changing her personality to be more likable, just so that they can appeal more and make more money. But the author, Flanagan, argues that they shouldn't. Because shows such as The Office and Parks and Recreation they're unheroic men that play roles just like Mindy does in her show, but they're actually liked and viewed as funny. But just because Mindy is female and television and society has never seen a heroine character such as herself, they dislike it and they're not used to it and they go against it. So her character personality should not be changed just for the sake of money. And they should stay the same way for the exposure of reality, just to keep it, just to stay on what they thought, like their beliefs, not for everyone else. But like I said, that was the end of that one. But for this week, the Rhetorical Act was the same as last week, so we're not going to go over that. But thank you. See you next week for vlog 7.